What is up, guys? Mason Steele here, and we got some big news in Hearthstone. Blizzard has just announced the release of the new expansion. Knights of the Frozen Throne is the name of it. Let's bring up the bullet points here. This is courtesy of Hearthstone, guys. So the expansion comes out in August. It's early July right now, so we're going to guess that it's going to be late August. So we're looking at a little under 2 months for this to come out. There's going to be more cards revealed on July 24th. Now that's a little bit of time, so that's what leads me to believe it's going to be near the end of August before this comes out. But could be wrong. They could pull a fast one on us, release it a little bit early. It's 135 new cards. That seems about right for what we've been getting. Everyone dies. Each of the heroes has a Death Knight version of themselves. So this is awesome, right? This is Blizzard's way of fixing the problem of introducing a new class without sort of unbalancing the ecosystem of Hearthstone, right? They talk about how, well, if we add a new class, then when you open a pack, you get less cards, this and that. Yeah, they could up the number of cards in the pack, but instead of rebalancing all the classes around a new class, they're coming up with an ingenious way of doing it. Sort of like what we got in Unguro, where each class looks like they're going to have a legendary card. Instead of a legendary quest, you're going to have a legendary spell, which turns your hero into a Death Knight, and each hero will get an effect as it looks like immediately, as well as a new hero power. So the new mechanic, lifesteal. Yeah, so just like Magic the Gathering and most other CCGs, we're getting a lifesteal mechanic. Something Hearthstone, in my opinion, has needed for quite some time, actually. A reoccurring way to gain health is what we want in this game. So we're not just, we're playing a face deck and we just have the inevitability of us losing to every time they draw a card. We get that feeling where, are we dead this turn? Or if we're not dead this turn, we're dead in a couple turns. You play you get the board control back, you play a lifesteal card, and you got a reoccurring way to extend the game. And that's what we need in this game. They did reveal a lifesteal card. We'll get to that in a little bit here. Let's look at the juicy card, right? The legendary Hunter turn yourself into the Death Knight card. It's called Deathstalker Rexxar. So it's it's just Rexxar Death Knight version, right? It's got an effect when it comes into play. Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. So it's basically like a consecration, just like the Paladin spell. So you're paying 6 mana for a consecration, as well as getting 5 armor. Now, if you just put those two things together, that's a really good deal. You're paying 2 mana for 5 armor and getting a consecration, as well as, of course, getting a new hero power. And that hero power, let's bring it up here. Build a beast. Now, we saw this in the video. Let's take a look real quick at what happens when you use this hero power.
You get to craft a custom zombeast. And that means you get to choose from one of 3 beasts, and then choose again from 3 different beasts, and then stitch them together into a horrible abomination. We combine the mana cost, the attack, the health, and the text boxes, and you can do some really disgusting things when you jam 2 of these beasts together.
Now that is very cool. Now obviously you're paying 2 mana, so you're getting a tempo loss here. You still have to pay the mana of the combined cost. So this is a real grindy kind of thing to do. You're not gonna, I don't think you're gonna get tempo with this play unless you get some sort of charge amalgamation. So it's a late game grindy card. It means you're never gonna run out of things to do in Hunter when you play this. All right, moving on. Shallow Gravedigger. Pretty unimpressive, I think. It's just a 3 mana, 3/1 death rattle. Get a random death rattle. Kind of reminds me of Egg Napper, without the tempo gain from getting those little raptor guys out of the eggs. So I do actually like Egg Napper a little bit more than this card, but this has the RNG factor going on. You can get some crazy things like Karen Bloodhoof in the classic set, and who knows what new amazing death rattles are going to be coming out. They did mention death rattle will be a major theme in this expansion, so maybe this card is played in every single deck, because the chance that you get an extra legendary of so and so cost and mana is just worth it. So from what I can tell, it doesn't look exciting, but who knows? If there's some sort of bonus to the drop rate of the death rattle you get, maybe you have a higher chance of getting the new Knights expansion death rattles, then maybe it's really good. But who knows? The lifelink card we talked about a little bit. Chillblade Champion. This is a Paladin card. It's a 4 mana charge lifesteal 3/2. So now this is obviously looking to play in decks with the hand buff stuff, right? Like it's pretty undercosted. It's about 1 mana. You're paying about 1 mana for the lifesteal. So if you buff this up a couple times, all of a sudden that's if you get 2 activations of it, you attack. Hopefully it stays in play. You attack again. Then that's quite a lot of life. So if it hits 4 power, 5 power twice, you're looking up at a 10-point swing of life. Not bad, not great. We'll see. We'll see. It's a common. Spirit Lash. We're moving on here. Pre-spell, 2 mana. The spell itself has lifesteal. Very cool. So it's likely that we're gonna get other lifesteal spells as well. All right. So it's basically Whirlwind, 2 mana Whirlwind in Priest that also heals you for all the damage dealt. Seems like power creep to me, right? Like paying 1 more for Whirlwind. We already saw that with Revenge. Sometimes Warriors just played Revenge as another Whirlwind. Obviously, it was good in the late game because it was a little board clear when you got real low. This just seems like power creep. Usually, to get this effect, Priest would have to play Wild Pyromancer, and they have all sorts of crazy combos with Circle of Healing and Cleric to draw a bunch of cards. Well, this cuts out the middleman. You play Spirit Lash, Cleric, maybe some other do things when you gain life cards. So, pretty powerful little card, this guy. We're going to see this a lot, I believe. Finally, we got another legendary in neutral, 2 mana, 2/2. If your deck has no 2-cost cards, give all your minions in your deck +1/+1. Very powerful effect, guys. At first, I read this as no 2-cost minions in your deck, and I thought, ooh, this is pretty interesting. Pirate Warrior barely plays any 2-drops. The Hunter Quest, very, very, very likely to go in there. But because it's 2-cost cards, that means you can't run Fiery War Axe, guys. What are you doing running Warrior with that War Axe? That's not the way to go. So that's kind of not great. And in Hunter right now, if you're not playing the new Ungoro card Crackling Razor Maw, you're doing it wrong. That card is busted. And I cannot see, even with the new expansion coming out, that card going anywhere anytime soon. This also has the problem that it's not the Prince Malchezaar effect, right, guys? Like, you have to play this. It's a battle cry. It's not just you get it. If it was you get it like the Prince Malchezaar, now we're talking. Now we can go into the laboratory with our decks and take out the 2-drops. Because you need to actually get this, probably play it on turn 2 for it to be good. I do not see this seeing play, but I could be wrong. I'm probably not wrong. This is probably just bad. Alright, so that's it for a little bit of time here. I figured we put this out early, give you a taste. I will be doing card reviews, so stay tuned for that, guys. We got the new board as the background here in the video. So let's take a look. What can we click on? Looks like we can click on this door over here. Maybe that chain, we can pull that chain down and something comes out of the door. We got a frozen worm in the ice here. What do you think, guys? Can we click on that skull? I bet we can click on that skull. We got some sort of chiseled here with a pick. We could probably, chisel our way through that little sculpture there. And then, of course, let's see. We got the coal. We can light the fire. And it looks like there's some sort of I got my face in the way, but there's some sort of portal there going on. So pretty cool stuff. I always judge these game boards by how much stuff you can break, right? So I see a lot of stuff we can break, a lot of ice we can bust up here. So that looks good. So that'll do it, guys. Start saving up that gold. You want to buy about 150 packs. Every time an expansion comes out, you buy 150 packs. You're going to get pretty much all the commons, all the rares, 2 copies of them anyway. And you'll get enough dust to get some good legendaries, get some good epics. Look at 150 packs and then start saving for the next expansion. We got 3 expansions per year, so you got to pace yourself. You don't want to go crazy on one expansion and find yourself short on funds for the next one. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye and see you next time, guys. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, guys. I have some links for more content. Please hit that subscribe button, and remember, guys, have fun on the ladder, and I will see you next time.